Good evening, viewers. Thank you for joining today's webinar, curated exclusively for you amidst the COVID-19 lockdown by Team Remarkable Education. We are back today with yet another session on career in accessories and product design. Accessories are important and becoming more and more important every day. They can completely change the look of an outfit, and women like the idea of having a wardrobe that's versatile. So, for instance, an accessory can make a simple outfit look very elegant. So, to explain it very well today, this evening, we have three very accomplished individuals with us. Their resume is super impressive, and their experience is as rich as goldmine. Our speakers are deep-rooted in the field of accessory and product design in the entire area in the field of design industry. Without wasting time here, firstly, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Srishti Bajaj, Head of Department, Product Design, Accessory Design, Jewellery Design. Srishti is an industrial designer, educator, researcher who holds an MA in Design Products from the Royal College of Art. She founded Design Bay, a design and research consultancy, and was thereby hailed as one of the top 20 creative entrepreneurs in India by IIM and the British Council. She has extensive work experience in the domains of industrial products, accessory, jewelry, and champions creative agility, empathetic design, sense-making, and critical thinking, system design, and entrepreneurship. She has been invited to speak at various conferences and events around the world, the most recent one being at TEDx Delhi and NASCOM. During her time leading Design Bay, their work was exhibited at many successful exhibitions during the London Design Week and several times, and has been published in various esteemed global magazines like LA Decor, UK and India, Trend Bible, Business Standards, Mint, India Today, The Telegraph, Deccan Herald, Platform and Living, etc. She is also the recipient of the prestigious El Deco International Design Award and the Red Dot as well. We welcome you, ma'am. Another important person from Pearl Academy again, Khushbu Jogani. She is an empathetic and empirical designer who believes that creativity emerges by unlearning. Khushbu is a mentor who is energized by nurturing, and she understands how to stimulate millennials. She encourages students to bring conceptual ideas all the way through to fruition. Khushbu is a graduate of NIFT Gandhinagar. She specialized in accessory design with more than 15 years of industry experience. Khushbu has worked as design director, brand manager, artisan, trainer, and innovator, trend forecasters, industrial product manufacturer in Hong Kong, Europe, and India. Khushbu is also an entrepreneur. Her studio caters to bespoke jewelry and accessory projects that foster the revival of traditional crafts and utilizes mindful, sustainable production practices. We welcome you, Khushbu ma'am. Please. I think you're
Good evening, everybody. It's really an honor to be here and be able to talk to all of you and resolve all your queries regarding the field of product design. And as we proceed ahead, I'm going to take you through a presentation and we'll have a follow-up Q&A. Thank you. Thank you, Prachi.
All right. Our third speaker for the day is Mr. Anirudh Biswas. He is also a faculty of Pearl Academy. Anirudh is an interdisciplinary designer based in India. He is a graduate in civil engineering from Baiju Patnaik University, Orissa, and Masters in Design from National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. He is a winner of several international awards and recognition, with being one of the first Indian duo to have received Red Dot Award for Sustainable Rural Innovation-Led Development in 2017. Red Dot nomination for Innovation Psychological Educational Tool for Children 2017 and Red Dot nomination for Sustainable Lifestyle Product Design 2018. His innovative hanger design have been nominated for a Design Award Italy 2018. His work on lifestyle designs in bamboo are in the permanent collection of World Bamboo Museum, Korea. He has started with Suta, Mumbai for their brand development in 2015. In India, he has worked as a design manager for Godrej and Boyes Private Limited, looking after research and strategy for new products development in B2C and CMF for B2B markets. We welcome you, sir.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much. And it's been an honor to be part of your entire this online platforms. And yes, thank you. And let's, I think, begin.
Srishti ma'am, welcome you here, please. If you can, few words from your end, please.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Prachi, for giving such a fabulous introduction to all of us. It really flatters us when we hear, all those years of work put together. That are you talking about us or somebody else? But really, thank you. It's amazing to be here, and I sometimes think that I'm such a design evangelist because I'm so happy to go and speak to anybody who would care to listen about design. So whether it's about the program or it could be anything under the sun, I'm very, very happy to discuss it and share it and really just have fun with it. So welcome to all the students who are listening to us. Please feel free to ask any question that you may have on your mind. No question is silly, stupid, or awkward. We've all been there, and if we hadn't asked questions, we wouldn't have gotten here. So please keep that in mind, and really, let's get started, as Anirudh said. And I'm gonna let Khushbu take charge. Hi, Khushbu. Prachi, will that be okay? Would Khushbu start with the presentation now?
Yes, I'll be asking the first question.
Oh, you'll be asking the questions first. Okay. All right. Great. Happy to be here. Let's begin.
So, all right. A warm welcome to our panelists and thank you for joining us today. I would like to ask our first very important question from the students here. Khushbu ma'am, if you can guide our students about the difference between this accessory design and product design, though these fields are quite vast and it's quite difficult for the students to understand which one to go because these things look actually quite similar. So which one is best and how? You have the presentation and we've got good number of viewers right now. So if you can have that, please.
Sure. So let me share the presentation first.
This is the $1 million question, as they say, because even now, after so many years of being in the industry, this conversation about industrial design, product design, accessory design, jewelry design, how similar, how different, seems to continue. So I'm not surprised that this was the first question. Are you able to share screen, Khushbu?
Yes, I'm sharing. And would you take the lead, Srishti?
Sure. Can I see the screen? All right. So let me begin. Essentially, all three of us are from what is called the product design department. And actually, product design in itself is a very wide field because today, even UX, UI, textiles gets called under the ambit of product design. So this confusion is only going to grow. So we might help clarify some bits, but I'm also sure that as the industry grows, as new things become pertinent to design, it will get added into this ambit. Let's go to the next slide. So at Pearl in particular, we have two basic outlines. So we have accessory design, which is a UG program, and what we call industrial product design or product design, whichever word you'd like to associate with it, as an undergrad program. And in accessories, again, we have two bifurcations. One is accessory in lifestyle products and one is accessory in jewelry. So we cater to, I guess you can call it, three kinds of specialisms. Let's go to the next slide. And we have both UG and PG in them. So Khushbu, in fact, is both an accessory designer and a jewelry designer. Khushbu has, her specialism has been jewelry, but I also studied in accessories, so I'm very familiar with these fields. As the name suggests, lifestyle accessory deals with the design of products for somebody's lifestyle. What we mean by that is that if I am, let's say, an extrovert, the kind of things I'd like to surround myself with and the style in which I carry myself would be very different than if I were an introvert. Let's say I am somebody who's a big fan of Indian tradition and culture. I might carry myself differently than somebody who's a global traveler. So that's the lifestyle an individual leads. So lifestyle products are essentially designed to align with somebody's lifestyle. So whether you are somebody who is, let's use the example I gave, somebody who loves Indian products. So you might be very interested in looking at craft as a way of expressing tableware. Or if you are somebody who travels around the world, you might need a watch that gives you global time, for example. Within accessories, that's the idea behind lifestyle. You could be designing bags, you could be designing shoes, you could be designing watches, eyewear, tableware, cutlery, crockery, small pieces of even furniture like decor objects. Again, that really signifies somebody's lifestyle. So that's lifestyle accessories, okay? Now, in accessory, the other domain we talked about was jewelry. So jewelry, because it's such a wide field in itself, we've dedicated an entire specialism to jewelry. So Khushbu is a jewelry designer. Maybe she can talk more about jewelry. Over to you, Khushbu.
Yeah. So with being a jewelry designer from Pearl Academy, it's not just about being able to design beautiful looking pieces, but it's about designing wearable art and more functional jewelry as well. So right from smart tech to a traditional and a heritage piece of jewelry, we also look at training students in being able to design fashion jewelry, contemporary jewelry. We also train them in various manufacturing possibilities when it comes to from high end to craft based manufacturing facilities. So you could learn from how a piece is made over a bench by an artisan to how a piece is also made in a large scale manufacturing unit using innovative and newer high tech technologies like 3D printing, etc.
So just to also mention one thing here. So today what's happening is in manufacturing, for example, 3D printing and laser technology, CNC is becoming so prevalent. So whether you want to do jewelry with 3D printing or you want to do accessories with 3D printing, or you want to embed sensors in jewelry or you want to embed sensors in accessories, both are possible. Okay. Let's go to what is generally called industrial design or product design. Just one correction here, the official name of the course that we do is product design, not industrial design. But it is part of the industrial design world. And it's available in Delhi, Bombay, Mumbai, and Jaipur also now, actually. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. So product design or industrial design is a huge field, okay? It deals with the manufacturing of consumer durables. And consumer durables actually is itself quite vast. So you could be doing architectural lighting, you could be doing a computer, you could be doing a smartwatch, you could be doing medical devices, you could be doing packaging, you could be doing FMCGs, you could be doing like a steering wheel of a car. You could be working at the bottom of the pyramid with social impact work. You could be working in sustainability. You could be doing UX UI also. So industrial or product design is a very, very vast field. And there is one reason why we don't have a specialism under this, because the skills that we teach you are common across. So the same skills that you get, you will be able to work with, let's say, an original equipment manufacturer. Let's say they're making vacuum cleaners, or the same skill that we teach you and the things you learn, you will be able to work in the health sector. You might even be able to work in a social segment with those same skills. So the course is quite prolific to allow you to then specialize based on the projects you take up. but this is generally a wide gamut of products that you could do. We don't have PG in product design this year, but we definitely have in accessory design. In accessory design, a small important note for PG is that we focus a lot on ethical manufacturing and sustainability. So the idea that luxury for tomorrow has to also be sustainable. It can't just be beautiful and luxurious, but it needs to be sensitive to the ecological factors that we live in today. So it's conscious luxury in some sense. So those are essentially the key differences between accessories, lifestyle products, jewelry products, and industrial products. I hope that explains everything. Prachi, I hope I was able to do this for your students here.
Wow. So it was actually a wonderful description about the areas. One important thing here I would like to ask Srishti. So kind of aligns what I can see. So all these organizations, do we have a tie-up with where our students can go? I think you are on mute, Srishti.
I am, sorry. So what happens is that in the course of your undergrad program or your postgrad programs, there's so many interactions that happen with a wide variety of partners. And it happens in both ways. Some are formal interactions, some are informal interactions. I'll give you an example. Makers Asylum is it's a maker space in different cities. So oftentimes, whenever they get an interesting international maker, we might invite them to our campus and say, why don't you also teach our students? And our students can go and access Makers Asylum, although we have maker spaces on our campuses also. ADI is Association of Designers of India. We are currently collaborating with them. It's a national body, by the way. For designers in India. We are collaborating with them right now to run a series of online talks called Design Lounge. If you guys do Design Lounge at _Pearl Academy, you will be able to go and see it. I'll put the shorthand in the chat box in a minute. So it's really a conversation where we invite designers to come and speak with our students. Students also go to ADI events. So Pune Design Festival, which happens in Pune every year, our students exhibit work and they also win competitions. So Pune Design Festival has a student competition. So a lot of our students have won top prizes there. We have Royal College of Art here, which is actually an educational institution. So it's the best in the world. And this year, for our third year students, we collaborated with them for an international exchange in some sense. So their faculty were teaching all students in School of Design how to work and design services and products with artificial intelligence. So we can go from something that's mechanical, like Makers Asylum, to something that's technologically very, very advanced, like doing that program with Royal College of Art. So there are a wide variety of alliances. With World Design Organization, we are a member. Cumulus, we are a member. With EAD, we have progression partnership with PG programs, with Nottingham Trent, Derby, Torrance, UCA, Gloucestershire. These are all international schools that our students interact with. We have online classes together. Our students sometimes go. I mean, it didn't happen in the pandemic year, but we have international exchange programs for them. So our students would go there. Their students would come with us. CII, we recently did a showcase of work at the Confederation of Indian Industries, where we were in panel, and we also sort of put in students' work to be highlighted at their online conference. So really a wide variety of interfaces. There's no one answer to this. And we're always constantly growing because we want our students to have the best access of anywhere in the world. Prachi? Did we lose her connection?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe we can have this. Oh, there she's joining back. Hi.
Yes, go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, I've finished. Over to you.
Okay. Well, another important question here. Srishti, I would like to ask, what is the eligibility criteria to pursue this accessory design course?
So since we have the program in both UG and PG, in UG, you just have to have 10+2. There is no specification like maths or science or arts or history. We welcome all kinds of minds. And in fact, that is one of the things we really treasure, because we want different perspectives in the classroom. So don't worry if you are interested in product design, but you don't have maths. Don't worry if you're into accessory design and you're not very good at your sketching. That's our job to teach you, you know, that's why you come to college. If you already knew everything, हम लोग फिर आपको क्या सिखाते? So it's good that you come to us and we get a chance to teach you. So that's undergrad. It's open to anybody with 10+2. In postgrad program, you need to have an undergrad degree or similar experience in the industry. So you could be a BCom student, you could be a BBA student, you could be a psychology student, you could be somebody who's worked in the industry for a long time. We have people who are dentists, who are architects, who practicing, okay, who come and take up the accessory program because they now either want to change their field, or they want to try their hand at something new, or they just want to sort of grow. So completely depends on your area of interest, but it's open to everybody with any kind of background.
Wow. Well, Srishti, like the way you have explained overall that the Alliance, Industry, Educational Institute all across. So in terms of one important question here, but I believe, Shreya, we will be answering this question, but if you want me to, I can ask them again. Shreya wants to know कि हमारा जो 4 years का course है आपका, under that course 3 years they'll be studying, but are there any sort of specialization, and can they also travel abroad if they're taking admission in Pearl? I believe yes, as you've just presented the Alliance, but she wants to hear from you, so any one of you can answer.
So देखिए, बहुत interesting opportunity है students के लिए, क्योंकि आपके जो 4 साल है उसमें फर्स्ट ईयर आपका फाउंडेशन होता है, फिर आप इन द सेकेंड ईयर आप अपना स्पेशलिज्म चूज करते हैं, एंड आपने लेट्स से आपके पास 3 साल बचे, तो उन 3 सालों में आपका फोकस अपनी स्पेशलिज्म पे होगा. इन द 4th ईयर जो आपका लास्ट ईयर होता है, उसमें यू गेट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. आप या तो पर्ल में रह के अपना फाइनल ईयर कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं, या आप चूज कर सकते हैं कि आप किसी इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी में जो हमारे पार्टनर है, जिनके साथ हमारा MOU है, उनके यहाँ आप जाके प्रोग्रेशन ले सकते हैं फाइनल ईयर के लिए, एंड देन यू पास आउट विद देयर डिग्री. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी हमारे पास कुछ स्टूडेंट थे जो UCA गए हैं, तो वो प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन का स्टूडेंट था, उसने 4th ईयर में UCA में प्रोग्रेशन लिया, UCA ने पोर्टफोलियो चूज किया, आईलेट्स देखा, बेस्ड ऑन दैट उनको अग्री किया एक्सेप्ट करने को, एंड अब वो फाइनल ईयर स्टूडेंट UCA में UK में कर रहा है, हालांकि लॉकडाउन है, बट फिर भी ही चोज टू गो. एंड व्हेन वो 4 साल, वो जो लास्ट ईयर ग्रेजुएट करेंगे, तो उनके पास एक UCA का BDes का डिग्री होगा, या तो BA इन डिजाइन होता है या BDes होता है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द यूनिवर्सिटी यू ऑप्ट फॉर. तो आप किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी को चूज कर सकते हैं, एक्सेसरीज में भी और प्रोडक्ट्स में भी. मैंने मेंशन की थी कुछ यूनिवर्सिटीज, टॉरेंस है ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, NTU है UK में, which is Nottingham Trent University, University of Derby, University of Gloucestershire, ये तीनों ही UK में है. There is MMU, जो usually fashion students choose करते हैं, and there are many more in the pipeline. तो by the time you come, anybody who takes an admission now, और वो जब तक वो 4 साल बाद आएंगे फाइनल ईयर में, तब तक तो we'll have at least double the number of partners with us. So that's what you get. आप दोनों चीजें कर सकते हो, आप बाहर भी जा सकते हो, आप पर्ल में भी रह सकते हो. जो स्टूडेंट्स बाहर नहीं करें, जो पर्ल में चूज किया, जिन्होंने फाइनली अपना पर्ल में परस्यू करना चूज किया, they are now doing their final year project, or what we call a graduation project. And out of the 54 students we had, or 56 students, all of them are doing their graduation project with one or the other industry. तो उनका पूरा फाइनल ईयर प्रोजेक्ट एक इंडस्ट्री के साथ गया हो रहा है कोलैबोरेशन. इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अ प्री प्लेसमेंट एक्सपीरियंस इन सम सेंस. तो या तो आप सोच लीजिए अगर ज्वेलरी करना चाहते हैं तो आप कैरेट लेन या पीसी ज्वेलर्स या अम्रपाली के साथ फाइनल ईयर प्रोजेक्ट कर सकते हैं. अगर आप प्रोडक्ट में है तो आप गोदरेज के साथ, ओप्पो के साथ, नॉल्टे में अभी एक कोई स्टूडेंट गया है फाइनल ईयर में. डेजमेनिया एक बहुत बड़ी डिजाइन कंसल्टेंसी है, उनके साथ काम कर रहे हैं. सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट आप वो फाइनल ईयर प्रोजेक्ट चूज करते हैं जिसमें आपको अपना फ्यूचर करियर बढ़ाना है. सो इट बिकम्स लाइक अ स्टेपिंग स्टोन फॉर द फ्यूचर. Prachi?
Wow. So such a wonderful introduction of all these areas. Khushbu, and our students actually want to know about the skill set actually these courses required. Who should get into all these career areas?
Anybody who can think out of the box, anybody who can observe things differently, and can see things in a very different perspective from any of their family members or their friends, they can become designers. They can become product designers, they can become accessory designers, jewelry designers, industrial product designers, as far as they have the knack to problem solving, as far as they have the empathy towards creating solutions for the ones who are suffering, as far as they are also keen on understanding how all their actions can reciprocate and impact the rest of the world. They can become designers. That's all what you need to be as a human being to be able to become a good designer.
So all these words are interconnected, like the way they're asking jewelry design, product design, accessory design, or fashion accessory design. So all these, they are quite similar career areas, but you also explained in the presentation, but they are all similar in total. Do we have any sort of exclusive specialization, or what do you call as in, what does Pearl call in all two of these courses specifically?
So, Prachi, these are our specialisms. So, for example, if you look at the field of design के field में fashion भी आता है, graphics भी आता है, उसमें animation भी आता है, game design भी आता है, उसमें interior design भी आता है. So, design काफी wide है. Okay, but each one of them is a niche area because उनकी industry अलग है. तो अगर आप product design choose करते हैं, तो वो एक product design के अंदर एक specialism है. Okay, and product design की industry, उनके लोग, उनके experts are one type of people, then or with one skill set. Accessory design एक specialism है जिसमें accessory के लोग हैं, accessory की industry है, जो एक specific specialism है. Jewelry again एक specific specialism है जिसकी अपनी industry है इंडिया में and globally. So all of them are actually three different industries. These are three different specialisms. जो commonality है वो अपने design and creativity की commonality है. क्योंकि आपको तीनों कोर्सेज में क्रिएटिव होना जरूरी है, आपको तीनों कोर्सेज में स्केचिंग आनी जरूरी है, आपको तीनों कोर्सेज में 3D मॉडलिंग आनी जरूरी है, आपके तीनों कोर्सेज में यू हैव टू कम अप विद इंटरेस्टिंग, इनोवेटिव, डिस्ट्रप्टिव आइडियाज. सो हम जब स्टूडेंट्स को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, हम वो चीज पे फोकस करते हैं. बिकॉज जब 10+2 कोई आता है, उनको हमेशा क्लैरिटी नहीं होती है कि हमें क्या करना है. ऑफन टाइम्स वो एक साल रहने के बाद आपका दिमाग क्लियर होता है कि अच्छा, दिस इज समथिंग आई डोंट वांट टू डू एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई डू वांट टू डू. दैट्स व्हाई द फर्स्ट ईयर इज कॉमन. तो आप जब एंट्री लेवल पे आते हैं, जब आपको हम इंटरव्यू करते हैं, जब आपका एग्जाम देखते हैं, तो हम ये देख रहे होते हैं कि आप कितने क्रिएटिव हैं, आपका पैशन कितना है डिजाइन की तरफ, आप क्या मन लगा के मेहनत कर सकेंगे कि नहीं. क्योंकि कई बार ये होता है कि जब आपका मन नहीं है तो आप मेहनत नहीं करोगे. एंड डिजाइन बहुत से लोग सोचते हैं कि बहुत आसान है, लेकिन डिजाइन काफी हार्ड वर्किंग स्ट्रीम है. बिकॉज हम लोग अपनी कॉलेज की अगर बात करें, अनिरुद्ध कैन ऑल्सो वाउच फॉर दिस, इवन इन द मास्टर्स, हम लोग पूरा दिन सुबह शाम जागते पीते सोते हंसते रोते सिर्फ डिजाइन के बारे में बात करते. इट्स सो इमर्सिव, बट दैट्स द फन. हम लोग लोग कॉलेज में पूरा पूरा दिन रहते थे एंड हम सिर्फ हमने प्रोजेक्ट पकड़ा है तो उसको खत्म करना है, बहुत अच्छी तरीके से खत्म करना है। तो हम लोग कुछ और सोचते नहीं थे। हमारे पेरेंट्स कहते थे कि आप लोग तो पहले से ही अलग रहने लगे हो, तुम सिर्फ रात को सोने आते हो, सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट करते हो, फिर चले जाते हो। सो they would think that हम लोग देश की नहीं है, हम लोग ने हॉस्टल ले लिया है कहीं पे, because all the time we were focused on learning and learning design. It's such a fun field. So we are looking for people who will enjoy doing. We are looking for people जो अगर कोई डिजाइन चैलेंज आया है तो उसको छोड़ के भागेंगे नहीं. You know, the whole point of design is problem solving. तो आपके पास प्रॉब्लम है और आप उस प्रॉब्लम को छोड़ के सोचे कि नहीं छोड़ दो इसको, then you can't be a designer. So we need people who are willing to challenge themselves. We need people who are willing to push their limits, and we want people who will challenge the status quo, क्योंकि हमें कुछ नया चाहिए. जो ऑलरेडी हो रहा है उसके लिए आपको डिजाइनर नहीं चाहिए, डिजाइनर आपको चाहिए नई चीजें बनाने के लिए. तो आप क्या नया सोचते हैं, आप क्या नया बना सकते हैं, हम वो गेज करेंगे. Sorry, I went on for too long, I think.
Quite impressive, although overall and detailed. I believe our students will be overwhelmed by this. Really, really very happy to have you with the insightful details about every single career area.
मैं एक चीज और, सॉरी प्राची, आई एम इंटरप्टिंग, बट एक चीज और मैं ऐड करना चाहूंगी. यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट ने पूछा है, प्रिया ने, विच डिजाइन कोर्स इज बेस्ट. देखिए ये बहुत ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन है, बिकॉज नथिंग इज बेस्ट और द वर्स्ट. आपको देखना है कि आपका पैशन किसमें है. Like between the three of us, even Khushbu, me and Anirudh, right, we're all designers, but we have very three different vision and specialisms. Okay, so I look at design strategy and design research, which is my core area. Anirudh looks at mechanical design and engineering of industrial products, and Khushbu looks at jewelry, both from aesthetic and manufacturing point of view. So because we chose these fields because we are interested in them. You can't say that, oh, what Khushbu does is worse than what I do, or what I do is better than what Anirudh does. They're all equitable. I think आपका passion होना चाहिए, जिस तरफ you are interested in, that's the field you take up, and that will be the best field. If you find yourself in the wrong field, no matter how good that field is in the industry, but you will be a bad fit in it. So take up what you're interested in.
So I think, Srishti, that's the beauty of Pearl, right? Wherein the students come in the first year and they get to choose and decide what is going to be best for them, because they spend that 1 year understanding where each of this discipline is going to take them. They look at their seniors, they look at the whole academy, they look at other disciplines and see, and then they can decide whether they want to do product design, they want to do accessory design, or they want to do jewelry design. So, you know, for you to choose, make the decision whether you're choosing the best stream or not, will be something that will come in once you get into the Pearl. And I think you will be able to decide it for your own self. Yeah.
And faculty will counsel you. I mean, you're not going to take this decision alone. We will also see what we've seen your inclination is towards, and suggest you the best alternative.
Very well. Javed, Anirudh, your opinions as well, please.
The most important, I think, everything discussed, and Srishti and Khushbu, they said everything. So one thing that you must have the capability of taking risk. That's one thing. That's I need to add. That give you different kind of approach, because all the industry right now, everyone wants a designer who can take risk, give new directions, new ideas to the industries. Not only industry, design firms, new to become entrepreneurs. So everyone required looking for some people who can give new ideas for new business, new product development, new opportunities in terms of one thing, research, in maybe making one kind of very technical products. It could be a very product which is very aesthetically it's very almost 90% very artistic, but a new approach towards the new to see new things in different approach. Like you see the products, every company has one type of directions of making the products, but they want someone who can add on those products. So what will be that? So everyone, expecting some good designers who can give good best ideas so that they can also improve in terms of their manufacturing, in terms of their language, in terms of their research. That's the power of design. Design combine everything, but definitely specialization is required. But end of the day, the knowledge this comes from everywhere. This designer's role to bring all the knowledge from physics, chemistry, math, sociology, psychology, take everything and bring together and create something new. And that's industry, looking for the people who can do, and bring everything together and create something good idea. That's
Wow.
yeah.
Well, I am today with all the three major expert people of Pearl. And all of you are not only teaching, but also experiencing that. I mean, professionally, you've been exhaling these into as an entrepreneur as well. My students and their parents especially wants to know, ma'am, that to all three of you, that does this career actually have a career? Will they be having kind of a good job after this? And what are challenges and experience? Like we saw Anirudh awards and Srishti's quite listed, profile, and Khushbu as well. So if you can give a little insight about all these things, how did you people be able to reach there? And Srishti is in NASCOM, TEDx, been speaking to a number of people and, guiding them throughout about ideas and concept and design and everything. So every one of you, please, if you can. Srishti, please, first.
Well, career in design. Wow. I think I think don't ask me like I've finished my career. So I'm still, the career is still going. So I think it can be as long as fruitful as you'd like it to be. So look, if I were to talk to a student from the perspective of a student who is just finishing undergrad, there are 4 key alternatives for you. Okay, you can find a job. Okay, which means that you enroll yourself on our placement cell and you get placed with an organization. Average salaries are about 4.5 lakhs per annum, and they go as high as 10 lakh and 12 lakh and 13 lakh, depending on the company who's coming and depending on your portfolio. Okay, so one is you get a job. And by the way, you can get a job with either a large industrial setup like Godrej, or you could work with a design studio like Desmania or Object Tree. So completely depends on what your area of interest is. The second option that you have is to study further. A lot of our students today, after they've done an undergrad, choose to do a master's in a further specialization. तो अगर आपको लग रहा है कि प्रोडक्ट एक्सेसरी ज्वेलरी सिर्फ 3 स्पेशलाइजेशन है, ऐसा नहीं है. आगे जाके आप और भी स्पेशलाइज कर सकते हैं. आप सपोज करिए आपने प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन किया है, आप मास्टर्स में लाइटिंग डिजाइन करना चाहते हैं. So that's an even higher specialization in your masters. Somebody might choose that they have done accessory design, but they want to specialize now in sustainability. So you can go and do a master's in sustainability. So postgrad studies is another alternative for you. Okay, the third alternative for you is to freelance. Freelance means that you are not associated with a company, but you are somebody who's a free agent and is willing to work for a contractual price with anybody. So that means that I might call myself Srishti Bajaj Studio, and I might be working with a wide variety of different companies on a project to project basis. तो मेरे को फ्रीडम रहता है कि मैं एक कंपनी के साथ नहीं, मैं 4 कंपनीज के साथ साइमल्टेनियसली काम कर सकती हूँ. The fourth alternative is to become a creative entrepreneur. That means that you set up your own company. It means that you have a set of people working under you. It means that you have a bottom line and you might need to have an infrastructure. So जैसे खुशबू की हम बात कर रहे थे, she had a jewelry company, so which means that she was also looking after the production, she was also looking at the distribution, she was also looking at the design of her brand of jewelry. So all 4 I guess opportunities are available for you to choose from. Okay, and you can always cross over. There are so many students जो शुरू में वो 2 साल 3 साल कंपनी के साथ काम करते हैं, then they decide, okay, I want to set up my own company. They might switch into entrepreneurship. There are students who work with the company for 7-8 years, then they decide, okay, मुझे अब आगे और पढ़ना है, so they might apply to a master's program. There are some people who also get into teaching. There are some people who continue to do research. So today the field is quite vast, and believe me, everything that you see around you is designed. So there is a company out there who's made the door handle, who's made the light, who's made your shoes, who's made your bags, who's made your table, who's made your pillow. All of these companies hire designers. So the scope is immense, and आजकल तो UX UI and machine learning and digital manufacturing has opened so many more avenues, both in India and outside. So the scope is very, very wide. It really depends on आप क्या चूज कर रहे हो अपने लिए, and आप कितनी मेहनत से काम करते हो कि आपका काम अच्छा हो. So I always tell students कि you shouldn't have to run after the companies. The company should run after you. इतना अच्छा आपका काम होना चाहिए. So it really depends on how well you work, how hard you work, and how strong your career is going to be, will be based on that. That's from me.
Wow. Anirudh, your insights, please. Especially onto that particular project you mentioned in the profile.
I think Srishti said everything. Still, I can add on that regarding
This red dot nomination, please.
yes. So
So this child especially mentioned actually. So
okay.
So
Okay.
he's one red dot, and this year he got nominated for another one.
So it's the same thing. Like all industry in India and abroad, everywhere, people are looking for some good ideas, and that idea need to be realized in a real platform. And that's the most, I think, interesting and the same time very challenging. So if anyone have any idea and the capability of make it feasible for the market or the people, and that give you a lot of opportunity and open many doors nationally and internationally, and people appreciate a good concept which is manufactured and can be realized by people. And what I always push myself every time, and I also told my student, keep push yourself, take your own decisions, then take your own risk, do mistakes, and that give you a lot of different approaches to learn, and you open your mind, and that time you get a lot of ideas. New ideas comes when you do mistakes and be curious to know something, and from there and observe daily behavior of what you're doing. It's the most important, and from there you get lot of ideas which eh, maybe change the future of tomorrow. Like right now, you can say tangible project become intangible, means UI UX going on. And same thing. So I practice myself every day. I think whenever I carry diary. Every time, whatever I think, like I'm sitting on a car to sitting on a bathroom to everywhere. I think, and whenever I get an idea, sometimes I get idea at 4 o'clock in the night, in the morning time. I just get up and just write down on the ideas and again sleep. So that's the what is exactly this important is that a good idea, and that good how we can that good idea can be realized in the a real scenario. And that's I practice, and also that's the story of my design. If you talk about red dot, yeah, I do like that way, and also I practice, and that's my strategy kind of thing.
wow.
And that's me. That's I also share to the student that do like this, do like that, and yeah, I think that also help them, and they are also happy sometimes.
He's just a good designer. He's too shy to admit it, but he's just a good designer.
Quite impressive though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even you can see my light. This is my design. I just made it something like that. So that's the thing. That's my point is that every time curious to learn and curious to explore yourself, take a risk, and yeah, then ideas will come automatically.
Super. Khushbu, can you explain our students what all subjects, I mean, when they study product design, accessory design, we already had jewelry design, but what all subjects it actually covers? Or Srishti ma'am, because being an HOD, you know better about all these areas.
Okay. So I can share a screen and maybe Srishti ma'am can talk about it.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
I'll do that.
One question that Akshay is asking: some courses in product design. So product design also has some internal courses there, does it?
Just to explain again, see, product design is the department under which there are 3 courses. Actually, 2 courses. One is called product design itself, and the other one is called accessory design. These are 2 courses. Accessory design का further specialism है lifestyle accessories and jewelry. Lifestyle accessories includes bags, shoes, tableware, watches, eyewear. And jewelry includes contemporary, traditional, handmade, manufactured jewelry of all kinds. Okay, so courses 2 ही है, but आप उसमें बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. See, you can't have a course separately for traditional jewelry. You can't have a course separate for contemporary jewelry. You can't have a separate course only for bags. You can't have a separate course only for medical goods. So we have clubbed them in 2 courses based on जो आपका industry relevance होता है उसपे. So these modules are on accessories. So Khushbu, do you want to talk about them? Full screen, please.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to turn my mic on. Okay. Yes. So as far as accessory design is concerned, these are the kind of modules that we take you through: sustainable materials, leather design, pattern making, design representation, and 3D tools. So these 3D tools include understanding basic introduction to various 3D softwares and graphic softwares. Then we have Future Lab. Future Lab is something where you get to envision and work with another. I think, Shrishti, correct me if I'm wrong, but you get to work in alignment with the industry where you actually uh, design and conceptualize certain concepts that are going to be used in
Sure.
future lifestyle changes.
Yeah, so actually, Future Lab can happen both ways. It can happen with industry or without industry, but the focus is what we call speculative design. Speculative design is when you're speculating about the future. कि आप सोच रहे हो कि अच्छा आज से 10 साल बाद, 50 साल बाद, 100 साल बाद, what will happen? Because we want designers to imagine that future so that we can make decisions today. So that's what Future Lab is all about. And इस बार we did a collaboration with a industry member called Ayaz Basrai, who runs Basrai Studio in Goa. And we looked at the future of water. So what kind of accessories will we need to live in a world that is, let's say, completely dry or ice caps have melted? So how will people live and survive, and what kind of products and accessories you're going to need? So Future Lab is really looking at the future scenario. Because actually designers क्या है? Designers, even when you're in the industry, आप सिर्फ आज के लिए नहीं बना रहे हो. Okay, the lead time between design, sketch, and production is always 2 years. And businesses, in fact, have a 5-year ROI. तो वो 5 साल पहले अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी बनाते हैं कि अच्छा 5 साल बाद किस टाइप का प्रोडक्ट हम लॉन्च करेंगे. तो आप लोग कोई भी बड़ी कंपनीज देख लीजिए. Philips does its future projection, Apple does its future projection, WGSN, which is a trend forecast business, does their future projection. Even companies like Tanishq and Amrapali do their future projection. So in some sense, designers को ये skill होना चाहिए कि वो आज के बारे में समझे, so that they can design for the future and predict the future, ताकि वो आपका काम जल्दी शुरू हो सके. So that's why we need to give you those skills of speculating about the future. That's what Future Lab is. Over to you, back to you, Khushbu.
So after that, we have object stories. So object stories basically works in understanding the necessity and the need of trying to design something which is relevant to a particular brand. So for example, अगर आप किसी particular brand के लिए कुछ design कर रहे हो, तो how are you going to design it for that brand, making sure that उन्हीं के aesthetic sense के according आप design कर पाएंगे. Then there is design language, which also talks about the kind of attitude or attributes your final design will show towards your audience. Then there is trend forecasting, where, like Srishti ma'am said, that designers go, there's a need to think, be able to think in future, to be able to predict what is going to happen. So trend forecasting basically talks about and teaches you how to be able to predict what's going to happen, let's say in next season, which is immediate future, or let's say 2 years in advance or 5 years in advance, depending on the kind of industry you pick. Each and every industry works in a certain kind of a cycle. Some are seasonal, some are yearly. Some talk about future in terms of, especially industrial product design. They talk about future in sense of 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. So trend forecasting basically helps you understand, learn about what is happening right now, research upon it, analyze your research, and predict the future. And that way, you're able to design products which are ready for the future and for the industry. Then there is luxury culture, mass customization. So, mass customization is something which teaches you how an industry works, what kind of processes and manufacturing processes are involved in the field of manufacturing of any kind of product that you design. Then there is footwear technology. Shrishti, do you want to talk about Vibram here?
Yeah. Because footwear is part of lifestyle accessories, footwear is a very technical field. We teach students how to design and manufacture footwear. And this year we're doing a collaboration with Vibram, which is an Italian brand. And this is a classroom project. So we have 4 designers from Vibram. While we are online, teaching through their experience and their knowledge around footwear to our students, so that our students can design new kinds of footwear for Vibram based on India. So Vibram, by the way, if you go online and check out this brand, they've done something called a 5-finger shoe. It's a footwear that fits like a glove, and something called the furoshiki shoe, which wraps like a sarong almost. And they wanted to look at Indian experience of that shoe. So जो students furoshiki पे काम कर रहे हैं, वो साड़ी की तरफ देख रहे हैं कि साड़ी में किस टाइप की ड्रेपिंग रैपिंग होता है, ताकि उसको इंस्पिरेशन लेके हम शूज बना सके. And 5-finger shoes में we are looking at 2 kinds of projects. One is जो Indian sports होती है, जैसे कबड्डी हो गया, या I think मलखम बोलते हैं उसको, and because वो नंगे पैर किया जाता है क्योंकि शूज में नहीं खेला जा सकता. But 5-finger is kind of like in the middle between being barefoot and wearing a shoe. So they're exploring what could be Indian style of wearing that 5-finger. And जो दूसरा project है वो है looking at people who work on construction sites. जैसे जो scaffolding climb करके paint करते हैं, या खंबे के ऊपर चढ़ के बिजली ठीक करते हैं, तो उनके लिए safety footwear क्या होना चाहिए. So we are exploring that. So students are working on these 3 projects in footwear technology. So ऐसे तो you give me any module, I can pick up and keep talking about it. So be careful how much you want me to speak. Prati, I'm going to let you rein in.
Okay. So when it comes to, let's say, jewelry as a specialism, we teach them material and production. That is also a part of learning for all the 3 disciplines. With jewelry specifically, you also get an opportunity to learn about the traditional crafts, also the representation of your jewelry piece, again using 3D softwares and graphic softwares. Again, with jewelry also you get to work with Future Lab as your module. Then there is design for market, which focuses on current and future possibilities of jewelry and the scope for the product in the market. Then you also learn about gemology, diamond grading, grading of various other gemstones, understand the materials, precious, non-precious, both. You also learn about design history and culture, arts, and civilizations, which played an important role in the field of design. I think then we can talk about modules
Product.
in industrial, yeah, product design.
Yeah. So some are still common modules. So like materials are common, future lab is common, design history and culture is common across the three domains. But one of the things we focus on in products is things like system design, sustainability. System design is when you are designing not just one product, but you're designing for a community, let's say, or you're designing for an entire business chain. तो वो systems design होता है. Interactive tools is when we are designing for interactivity. मतलब अगर मेरे पास ये कप है and इसमें मैं sensors डाल, तो अगर मैं चाहती हूँ कि मेरी चाय गर्म रहे, the cup can sense from the environment and keep the temperature hot. So we teach you a little bit of coding, we teach you how to put in sensors, we teach you a little bit of UX UI. Social impact is जब हम लोग देखते हैं कि suppose I want to design for a village में जैसे grassroots पे लोग रहते हैं, या I want to design for somebody who is let's say visually impaired, तो उनके लिए क्या हम products बना सकते हैं so that their life is better. Yeah, if I want to design a product which has a social impact in terms of gender norms, so ऐसे products that help us find a better gender balance. Yeah, there are projects. Just I'll give you an example. There is a student who did a project, and she was looking at flooding in some areas of the country. So she designed these floating pontoons, yeah, floating, almost like a raft, ताकि आप, there we go, ताकि आप इसको लेके आप जब बारिश में बहुत हो जाती है तो आप उनको लेके घर से लोगों को बाहर निकाल सके. Then this project is called the patient transfer system, जो हॉस्पिटल्स में पेशेंट को ट्रांसफर करते हैं. यूजुअली आप देखेंगे वो चादर लेके ट्रांसफर करते हैं, which is not a good idea. Imagine किसी का फ्रैक्चर है, आप ऐसे चादर में उठा रहे हैं. So she designed like a hydraulic patient transfer system, and this is a piece of furniture again for social impact. This is looking at kids with ADHD, जिनका attention deficit disorder होता है. So your chair, उसमें जो आप seat देखेंगे, it's free of movement, so वो हिलता रहता है. So जो बच्चे fidget ज़्यादा करते हैं, उनको बार-बार chair से निकलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, वो वहीं पे chair पे बैठ के थोड़ा fidgeting कर सकते हैं. So it keeps their attention a little bit. So these are all, in some sense, having a social impact. Let's go back to that slide.
Wow.
We have lots of examples. अगर time हुआ तो हम examples भी दिखा सकते हैं. And design methodology and manufacturing. So अगर हम कुछ भी बनाते हैं, like if I want to design a cell phone, तो आप देखिए Apple makes billions of these, okay? Not one or two, there are billions in numbers. So आपको पता होना चाहिए कि अगर आप 1 बिलियन पीसेस बनाएंगे तो उनको आप मैन्युफैक्चर कैसे करेंगे, बिकॉज ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने डिजाइन तो फैंटास्टिक सा बना दिया बट प्रोडक्शन में कैसे डालेंगे वो नहीं आता, तो वो डिजाइन आपके ड्राइंग शीट में रह जाएगा, वो कभी इट विल नेवर सी द लाइट ऑफ डे. सो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. So design methodology, methods of design, there are many methods of design. So how do you choose the right method for the type of project you have? That's design methodology. So these are three clear courses, and आप देखेंगे कुछ similarities हैं and काफी differences भी हैं हर specialism में.
Okay. Quite in detail. Thank you so much, Srishti and Khushbu. Super detailed description. This is going to be really helpful.
Thank you.
Now, again, very important thing when we talk about all these courses, because obviously parents need to plan their funds when they send their students to the institution, right? So if you can guide them, what are these courses, how many years this course actually had, like 3 year, 4 year specialization and diploma, degree, and also how much it actually costs.
So जितने भी हमारे undergrad program हैं, which is after 10+2, सारे 4 साल के हैं. So it is mandatory a 4-year program. And I actually have the costing. So in Jaipur, the UG accessory design program is about 18 lakhs approximately. वो taxes वगैरह का थोड़ा अगल-बगल होगा. Even product design is about 18 lakhs. जो PD courses है, PG courses है, sorry, post grad courses है, which जिनकी minimum requirement है कि आपको आपके पास एक undergrad होना चाहिए, which is about 9.5 lakhs. So ये जयपुर की costing है. In fact, Jaipur is lower than any other campus in Pearl Academy. So if you are keen to come to Jaipur, you're actually getting a very, very sort of reduced fees. And one of the advantages कि हालांकि पर्ल का अपना डिप्लोमा है, बट अगर आप जयपुर में स्टूडेंट है तो आप साथ साथ में रीसू में एनरोल्ड होंगे, विच इज राजस्थान यूनिवर्सिटी, एंड आपको डिग्री भी मिलेगा एज यू डू योर कोर्स इन जयपुर. सो आपको दोनों ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे. पर्ल का डिप्लोमा है, बट अगर आप रीसू में करते हैं तो आपको डिग्री मिलेगा, या आप प्रोग्रेशन लेके एक किसी और इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी में जाएंगे तब भी आपको डिग्री मिलेगा. Did I answer all your questions, Prachi? You talked about the fees, you talked about degree and diploma, and the number of years. Yeah, I think I've covered it.
So another important thing, Srishti, if you can help us, or Khushbu, how to decide which one to go with, because first year is the foundation. Now again, this Pooja has actually wrote number of times, and I believe one question to be picked up from aside. So which one to choose and how?
So I actually would recommend कि आप as soon as possible एक अपना portfolio बनाइए, okay? And you come and meet one of our faculty, या आप Zoom पे meeting कर लीजिए या campus पे ही आ जाइए, because campuses are open. I would suggest that you come, show your portfolio, and actually speak to the faculty, because ये ऐसे we can't suggest this as an open thing to everybody, because सबकी inclination, सबका mindset अलग होता है. Okay, the only perhaps distinction, and I say this with caveats, this is not true across the board, because we have seen cross pollination बहुत होता है in तीनों fields में. So I think if you are somebody who really likes to take things apart, like if you like to work with like a screwdriver, or you like working with putting things together and problem solving, so product design is a good choice for you. Okay, if you're somebody who is aesthetically inclined, who likes stylish things, somebody who sort of understands trends, then maybe lifestyle accessories is possibly a good choice for you. And if you are fascinated by jewelry, if you like gemstones, if you like precious things, then perhaps jewelry is a good choice for you. But उसके आगे I think आपका individual passion, आपका interest is something that will guide this decision. कई बार हमने ये देखा है कि काफी लोगों की family business होता है. So suppose, especially in Jaipur, we have had students जिनके parents का family business jewelry में है, and they have come and taken jewelry because they want to go back and bring design into their companies. हमने ये भी देखा है कि कुछ पेरेंट्स है जिनका ज्वेलरी का बिजनेस है, एंड स्टूडेंट्स वांटेड टू एक्सपैंड, सो दे हैव गॉन फ्रॉम ओनली ज्वेलरी टू लेट्स से सिल्वरवेयर as part of the brand's production line. So completely depends कि आप क्या करना चाहते हैं. We've had students who have done industrial design and chosen to become entrepreneurs in accessories. We've had students in product design who set up entrepreneurship, and they do all kinds of stuff. If there's a brand, they'll do freelancing for jewelry. So आगे जाके आपके पास बहुत avenues हो जाते हैं, but आपका पैशन किस में है, ताकि आप 4 साल 5 साल 10 साल उसी फील्ड में फोकस रह सके, is what you need to decide. So I think you should come and speak to the faculty, because this often requires some bit of consultation. What I can suggest is, ताकि आप अपना मन बना सके, go online. Okay, start looking for designers in these fields, see what they have done. आप देखिए क्या काम हो रहा है इंडस्ट्री में, आप पढ़िए इन फील्ड्स के बारे में, आपको पता लगेगा कि लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. There are many design websites, and maybe I'll type out a few here in the chat box and give it to you. Maybe Anirudh, you can type some websites in the meantime. Maybe there is Design Boom, there is companies, YouTube. Khushbu, could you type in some magazines that people can look at? I think those will be very helpful for you to really understand the fields. See, and then you can make up your mind. It's very difficult to make up your mind without knowing the field. So my recommendation would be कि आप अपना थोड़ा खुद का research करिए, questions पूछिए जितना हो सके, and come back and ask us. आप आप campus आइए, come and look at the workshop, come and look at the work students have done, come and meet the faculty, come and see the classrooms, come and see the campus. It's a lot of fun. So I think that will help you make up your mind. This is not one rule for everybody. I think it changes from individual to individual. So I'm very apprehensive in saying कि अच्छा ये करिए. तीनों फील्ड बहुत डेमोक्रेटिक है. आपका जो जिस तरह आपका इंक्लिनेशन है, आपको वो चूज.
In fact, one of our product design student is now working as an experienced designer for a jewelry brand, Carrot Lane, right? She did her specialization under product design, and she's designing not jewelry for Carrot Lane, but she's designing display materials, designing their website, she's designing their applications, she's designing their packaging. So it's a wide plethora. So I think what Srishti Madam is trying to tell you is, as soon as you get into the tribe, you will be able to discover and find your own strengths, and we'll direct you towards where you can, shine the best.
Yeah, it is our job to find your potential and harness it. You just need to come to us, and we'll take you from there.
Superb. I have no words though. So such a wonderful description of every single area. And I'm glad that we have students. One important thing. I'm also a designer and currently reading as a career coach here, Remarkable Education. And so that we can reach out to as many students. And let me tell you, it was really difficult even when I decided to be into design field, right? And I'm sure it happens with every second child when they select design. And if I talk about the rural areas in Jodhpur and nearby areas, it does. But the best part is major of the families are actually leading into the design areas, especially Jaipur, Jodhpur, handicraft, jewelry, accessories. That's what our family actually get into, exports, right? Just we need to understand about what we are unique at. Hamara skill set, Hamara unique sense. Just to understand all these areas so that we can choose the right one. And we are all always available for you guys to help you understand your best part so that you can reach out to your right level on time. That's how Jaipur Pearl is one of the leading campus, as in the earlier session, Director Ma'am has also said that that's one of the awarded campus. So the doors are open for you guys. You can visit anytime and meet all these faculties. Prior appointment, you'll be able to reach out to, you can spend more time with the faculties and reach out to next level, understand much better. So this is who provides you so many things it's kind of a platter before you reach to any institution, right? And decide well better for yourself. So I believe all of you, what you are asking here, these things have already been answered. So you can listen to this video once again. It's going to be saved onto your platform and so onto Remarkable platform too. So you all can listen to this once again. All right, Devendra, Priya, I believe we have answered all these questions. So I'm not asking once again. Another important question which is left, and any suggestions if you would like to give to our student before you apply to this field? Yes, Pearl has entrance test and they do have scholarships if you score good for that. So there's one thing I'm also aware of. Rest, I'll ask Khushbu first. Any suggestion you would like to give our students, those who are preparing for 5th February, your entrance exam?
I think be aware about what's happening around you. That is what a good designer needs to be. You should be aware about what's happening around you, apart from Netflix. So try and read, and always read, not just for your entrance test, but if you're planning to get into design, the field of design, reading is something that is going to be the most helpful and the best tool you can have as a designer. And be aware of what is happening, whether or not it is your field of interest, doesn't matter. You should be aware of what is happening, because a designer, I believe, is somebody who is the most crucial being on earth when it comes to scientists and new technology that comes into consideration. And they need designers to apply these technologies and new findings into a form of a product. Unless and until you have a designer, there is no point of having these inventions, no point of having these technologies if you do not have somebody who can put these inventions and discoveries into a usable product. So please read and be aware and be prepared for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anirudh, will you do me a favor? In the chat box, could you also type in the Design Nut, which is our Instagram page, so that
Sure,
Prachi can share it with others, and
sure.
for Design Lounge as well, if that's okay. In the meantime, I'll talk about my advice. My God, I kind of feel like हम लोग as faculty बहुत ज़्यादा ही advice देते हैं students को and ठीक है जरूरी भी है क्योंकि कई बार we can help you if we can help you with our experience we'll be happy but I think be yourself you know because एक तो है कि entrance exam आपने करा है so be because we want to see how unique you are we don't want carbon copies of each other design में आपको दिखाना होता है कि आप बाकियों से कितना डिफरेंट आइडिया टेबल पे ला सकते हैं so be yourself be your unique self be your amazing self don't try to copy anybody else and when you come to an interview when you do your DAT, which is your design aptitude test. Okay, do it from the heart. Think of original ideas and sort of just do that, and from there we'll be able to gauge how well you work, how well you don't work. And अगर आप थोड़ी practice करना चाहते हैं, अगर आप time निकाल सकते हो, तो I would suggest कि आप YouTube जाइए, वहाँ पे बहुत सारे sketching के videos हैं. तो आप थोड़ा स्केचिंग का प्रैक्टिस शुरू कर लीजिए बिकॉज एज अर्ली यू स्टार्ट द बेटर इट इज कई लोग बहुत बार कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स में भी होते हैं वहां पे भी आपको स्केचिंग कराया जाता है एंड इफ यू आर नॉट पार्ट ऑफ अ कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट आई वुड जस्ट सिंपली सजेस्ट कि आप यूट्यूब जाइए बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट स्केचिंग एक्सेसरी स्केचिंग ज्वेलरी स्केचिंग रेंडरिंग वीडियोज है आई थिंक दोज आर इम्पोर्टेंट to get started because आप जितनी practice करेंगे आपको exam के लिए उतना confidence आएगा. So do it to build your confidence and not for anything else. So those are my two suggestions to the students here today. You're on mute, Prachi.
Anirudh, anything from your end?
Okay. Just carry one diary, one pen, and observe everything around you.
Well said. Yeah. All right. So this time we obviously we have already covered more than that though. We welcome, we thank, we are obliged to have such grateful speakers for the day. Time felt like a pleasant breeze today. We are grateful to you for taking out time. Thanks to both of you for sharing your opinions and your viewpoints. I'm sure that it is a value added to both for our parents, for our students. And I also thank our viewers for joining us today on social media and other social media platforms for posting their queries and for their love and support. We will see you soon with another session day after tomorrow. Till then, take care, stay healthy, goodbye.
Bye. Thank you. Prachi, just one small thing. There are a bunch of links I've posted. Design Boom,